Well, here we go, Aquarius, with July 2021. Hi, Didici here from astrology.com.au. To those of you that are new, I'd like to give you a big welcome, and I hope you're going to enjoy the brief but hopefully pertinent readings. I'm going to animate this, which I do, so we can see exactly where those transits are. The big one to start the month, I think, for you is one of your ruling planets, Saturn, here, in that direct opposition to Mars. So you've got to be careful because the Mars-Saturn combo is traditionally known as one that can be injurious. Being in the 1-7 axis, this is the first house, which is your body, seventh house here. That's showing us you're accident prone. Foot on the brake. You don't have to get to your destination 3 times faster. Get there in one piece. Look after your health generally. So it's not just accidents. It can be overstrain, where you're just pulling muscles or maybe doing too much of a workout. Just listen to your body signals, especially in the early part of the month. Apart from that, the Venus-Mars combo here in the 7th house is really, really delectable, spicy for your relationships. This really is the sexual pattern. It's got some nice aspects here from the past karma point, yet it does have some challenges from Uranus. What that means is that there may be some sudden and abrupt relationships arising, relationships that are coming back from your past. We see that also by virtue of the fact that your ruling planet, Saturn, is retrograde, Pluto is retrograde, Jupiter is retrograde. So your ruling planet plus planets either side of your sun sign are in this retrograde motion. So you're sort of looking back a little bit, trying to piece the jigsaw of your life at this time. And that's going to play out very, very heavily, especially after the new moon here that we see here on the 10th, 11th, moving into this combination in your 7th house. So that's going to trigger a lot of retrospective consideration. You're looking at where the relationships have been, where they are now, and where they're likely to go in the future. Your relationships, of course, are ruled by the sun. The sun here with Mercury also around the 14th, transiting this 6th house of service. The position of the sun here is also not good for your spouse or partner because this happens to be the place of sickness, recuperation. I'm creating words here. These planets are really sort of taking possession of my soul today. In any case, both you and your partner have to watch your health this month. I also want you to, we're going to look at this placement of the moon as it swings around here. The full moon later in the month is going to be an important one, along with the retrograde Jupiter here in your 2nd house of finance. You see here the opposition from Venus to Jupiter. It starts around here while it's still in the sign of Leo, but that's going to get more and more intense after the 20th, and that has to do with your money. It has to do with your income. And here we see that the profitable nature of this planet, Jupiter, ruling your 11th house, this is profits, and being in the 2nd house, retrograde, shows that there may be some sort of turnaround. I would say to you that you mustn't make any rash decisions on dumping your business or the type of work that you're doing. You're just going to have a bit of a down cycle there where, profits may not be quite as much as they usually are. But that's nothing to get worried about. That's an opportunity for you to reappraise your marketing, the way you're running your business, where you can cut overhead. Because the planet Jupiter for both the 11th house and 2nd house is primarily a finance planet for you. Now there's the full moon that I just missed. I missed the new and the full moon for you. 24th, there in the 12th house of expenses. That brings me back to what I just said about curtailing your expenses. It brings its energy there around the 27th to that 2nd house. And there's a bit of a nebulous combination when it hits Neptune here as well. Deceit, confusion, a lot of grey areas. You have to be absolutely crystal clear in the way you're negotiating and discussing your finances. You mustn't sort of bite your tongue if you're being shortchanged in any way for your services. We'll see that that's going to come to the fore, especially there, as you see, on the 28th/29th, the retrograde movement of Jupiter back from that second house into your sun sign. That's going to remain there for some time. So it gives you the opportunity to really reconsider the link between what you're doing and the money you're earning. What's your soul, time, intellectual and spiritual investment in the work that you're doing, as opposed to what you're getting for that? Often we think that getting a big fat pay pack is a good thing, when in fact it's costing us a lot more in other areas of our life, our personal lives, the time that we're investing in that, the stress related to it, the people that we have to work with. So that's very, very important. And the month finishes with these two planets, which are in your 7th house, substituted by Mercury and the Sun, the 7th, but moving to this 8th house. So there's some connections there to the way you earn money with other people. So it's not just what you earn yourself. It's related to how you work with others, the people you're working with, how they are remunerating you. It could even have to do with your spouse, marital partner. How do you share your resources, and is that an equitable arrangement? So that's it from me. In the meantime, before next month, I'll be back. Hopefully you'll join me again. Pop on over there to astrology.com.au. We've got the more detailed analysis of the month of July, and we can contextualize that in the year and the sort of motion and movement of where these transits are for the next 5 or 6 months of 2021. Drop me a note. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, and I'll see you here next month. Bye-bye.